understand these things.
Okay, counter question then. The visit obviously was meant for a reason. The Prime Minister didn't go to Rome to see the Colosseum alone, right? There is substance to this meeting. There have been bilaterals that have been held. There are MOUs that have been signed. My point is, the Prime Minister was perfectly aware of what this melody packet would do. It would overshadow everything he does from there on. So when you accuse the opposition of not understanding the nuances and just speaking about the melody packet, it was designed to be like that.
So this is the problem with opposition, that they constantly fall for such baits. Look at Anish. He's asking good questions, that what is happening to the bilateral trade. That should be the center of conversation. But opposition, who is full of such people who always fall for such bait. So this is what I'm saying. The conversation should be deeper. When our leader is actually going, you should not say that, hey, he's giggling there and while the country is crying. Austerity does not mean that the whole country should start weeping from tomorrow. Where is austerity about sadness? It's very simple. Prime Minister is going, he is not trying to say that, hey, gloomy days have come and I should always carry a gloomy face because the country is gloomy. No, the situation we have to collectively manage. There are issues which require government's intervention. Government is intervening. It doesn't mean that we carry a sorry face everywhere we are going into bilateral discussions. Come on, that is as bizarre as it can get.
Respond to that. I mean, for the opposition to say that while Rome burnt, Nero fiddles, etc. is a bit too much, na? Rome is not burning. Is our country burning?
What do you think?
Sir, 4 रुपए से बड़ा है पेट्रोल और डीजल. Burning तो situation नहीं है अभी.
नहीं. आपको मैं बताता हूँ what exactly is happening. See, Mr. Narendra Modi is constantly adding insult to injury. The way he was giggling while offering a melody to Meloni, it's like rubbing salts in the wounds of ordinary citizens, of farmers, of MSMEs.
अरे सर, अब लोग हंसे भी ना, ये तो आप कुछ ज्यादा ही सीरियस हो गए ना.
अरे आप सुन लीजिए ना, आप थोड़ा सुन लीजिए. अभी लोग बताता हूँ हंसे क्यों नहीं. आप समझ लीजिए, this is the same Prime Minister who has led India to a brink of disaster, economic collapse, all thanks to his incompetence, and then he shifts the burden on clearing the mess to the ordinary citizens by giving a very puerile strategy. Okay, don't buy gold, don't do foreign trips, when that is not actually going to help. And the worst part is when some brain-dead zombies, Sarkaris, masquerading as journalists, call it a masterstroke. It is even more pathetic. The students, their lives have been completely ruined because Mr. Narendra Modi has constantly facilitated these paper leaks. SC, ST, OBCs, their rights to reservations have been snatched because Narendra Modi is promoting constantly lateral entries. The rights to women for reservation, Narendra Modi deliberately linked the women reservation bill to delimitation so that there could be hurdles here. So this kind of an individual, when after mocking, after making the people of India suffer, he goes abroad and has a good time, then questions will be asked, Shreya. As for the spokesperson from Bharatiya Janata Party, she says Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru surrendered Aksai Chin to China. This is a lie. This is a constant lie being promoted by BJP and RSS. At that time, India was a newly independent country, limited military resources, and whatever decision was taken unanimously by the cabinet, and then Sardar Patel was also part of that cabinet, and he also approved this move.
Faizan,
so stop blaming Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru for everything.
Now tell me, Faizan, 1 minute. Faizan, 1 minute, Sanju. Faizan, now tell me, the Prime Minister of a country going to 5 countries over a period of 5 days is the Prime Minister going there to have a good time. Will you blame the Prime Minister for everything? Today, Mr. Pramod Tiwari has blamed the Prime Minister for the heat wave, saying, यहाँ पे इतनी गर्मी हो रही है, वो रोम में बैठे हुए हैं. You have just blamed the Prime Minister personally for the NEET paper leak. But the Prime Minister is to blame for everything. And therefore, the opposition can call him Gaddar whenever it wants to.
See, who's in charge? It's the Prime Minister. And it was the Prime Minister under whom the DOPT Additional Secretary Sujata Chaturvedi writes a letter saying that mandatory reservation for SC, STs, OBCs is not necessary. They made sure that the 13-point roster is avoided so that SCs, STs, OBCs don't get jobs in the 45 vacancies that UPSC advertise. So who's responsible? Shouldn't we be asking any question to the Prime Minister?
Yes.
OECD,
should the opposition be asking questions to the Prime Minister? Yes, definitely. That is the role of the opposition.
Yes.
And India needs a strong opposition. India wants a strong opposition. But with the opposition loosely calling the Prime Minister a traitor, will that help? Taking umbrage, taking umbrage to a viral moment which was supposed to be a light moment, will that really help? आप बोलिए प्राइम मिनिस्टर से कि आप प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करिए और सवालों का जवाब दीजिए, पार्लियामेंट में आप बोलिए कि हमारे सवालों का जवाब दीजिए. But he's on a foreign tour to ensure India's energy security, and you are calling him a gaddar.
Right, energy security. Mr. Modi went to Israel. वहां पे उनको एक तमगा दे दिया गया था, which has no previous history. बस एक बच्चे को लॉलीपॉप देते ना कि इसको खाओ खुश रहो, वही शायद आज मेलोनी को दे आए हैं, उसी तरह का लॉलीपॉप. This is so unfortunate, Shreya. The Prime Minister is making fun of India. He has surrendered India's strategic autonomy at Trump's feet. He's the same man who's singing praises for this global terrorist, Netanyahu. Does this benefit India in any way? We are not buying the Iranian oil. We were getting so many benefits. We are forced to buy expensive American and Venezuela oil. You know, Venezuela has to give us additional $12 to $15 per barrel rebate so that we can get even in the transport cost.
Sanju, I'll let you respond.
Imagine the kind of disaster this man is leading India to. And as far as you said, calling traitor, let me quote this, Shreya. It was Sambit Patra who called Congress party a party of traitors. तो ये लोग जो है ज्ञान ना दें किसी को.
ठीक है, संजू वर्मा respond. आप भी तो ट्रेटर बहुत easily बोल देते हैं opposition को. Is the argument coming in from the Samajwadi Party?
You know, Shreya, I urge the opposition to wake up and smell the coffee. After June 2024, assembly elections were held in how many states? 11. BJP won 7 out of 11 with a strike rate of 64%. Congress has a strike rate of 9%, winning only Kerala. Samajwadi Party will be routed in 2027. इनके प्रवक्ता को बेसिक हिस्ट्री ज्योग्राफी का ज्ञान नहीं है. मोदी सरकार को विदेश नीति पर ज्ञान देना बंद करिए. But I will respond to the more logical points raised by the NCP spokesperson here. You know, lot is being said about the economy very quickly in 30 seconds. GDP growth in the last 5 years, 7% plus. Average retail inflation in India, 3.4%. Current account deficit in India, 0.7%. During Congress, it was 4.8%. Our exports are at record high, $863 billion. Our forex reserves are the 4th largest in the world at $697 billion, enough to cover 12 months of imports. And don't forget, our fiscal deficit is just 4.2%. Under Congress, it was a dangerous 6.9%. But sabse badi baat, one last point. Do you know something, Shreya? In 2025, something happened which no journalist gives Modi government credit for. Opposition is in any case illiterate. Standard & Poor, the global rating giant, for the first time in 18 years raised India's sovereign rating to BBB from BBB minus.
But Sanju Verma, your argument cannot, your argument here cannot be all is well, because all is clearly not well if after 4 years the government is having to raise the rates of petrol and diesel. All is clearly not well if the Prime Minister not once but twice goes on a public platform and asks for austerity measures like not buying gold and not going on foreign holidays. So clearly all is not well. Maybe we need to hear more of that. We leave it there for the moment. I'll urge all our panelists this evening to see if they can